everybody, it's Kim here with Kim's Homestead once again. How are you all? All well, I hope? Well, today is finally the day that we're going out and we're going to have a tour of the new garden. I've been really looking forward to it. It's been a very long process. Well, actually, it's been a lot. I've got a really lot done in the 6 months that I've been here. And quite honestly, I'm very proud of myself, of what I've done. And I thought I would not be in this particular place probably for a good 12 months. So, yeah, I'm really pleased at how it's coming along. And I've got a lot of the springtime crops already planted, a lot of flowers already planted, and there's a lot of seeds coming up as well. So anyway, without much further ado, let's get into it and have a look at the new garden. Okay, so starting off the tour, we're on the left-hand corner of the garden, and there's where we have the potato bag that we started, and I have a new strawberry tower with some beautiful plants already starting to flower. So hopefully I'll have some lovely strawberries this year. Then I've got some little troughs on the side, which I've got some herbs planted in there, but I do need to plant a few more in there as well. Here I have, no, that's not spinach. That one down there is actually the spinach. This is rhubarb. So I had to start again with the rhubarb. So I bought a beautiful corn, and yeah, it's coming up really well. All along here I have a mixture of herbs, vegetables and flowers. It will all be flowers, but at the moment I had a few herbs that I planted up earlier in the year. We planted them together, so when they are finished, then I will plant it up with more flowers. And these are the new garden beds. I haven't yet planted any more than what I've planted with you guys. Hang on, I've run into a pothole. Got to get this trolley going. Ooh. The lawn's coming up quite well, where it was all spread out by my son. He did a good job. It's nearly ready for its first haircut. So it'll come through and it'll be a lovely green lawn once again, instead of that potholey smish-mash that it was. So see down there I've got the corn and some onions and the flowers. These here are some of the sticks that I saved from the ornamental pears to make some natural climbers for some beans that I plan on planting very shortly. Now, yes, I do know that when I filled up these planters, a lot of grass went in with it. I do know that that will be coming through, but if you stay on it and you pull the runners out as soon as they reach daylight, so they don't get any nutrients from the sunlight, they will all die and compost down. So yeah, it'll be a little tedious at first, but honestly, rather than try and shovel all that dirt in myself, I'd rather put up with a little bit of tedious work to begin with. Right, let me get this trolley up. These, I haven't put that lip in there yet. So, yeah, I've got to build that up so it's easier for me trolley. The dirt's still a little, or the crusher dust is still a little soft, so it's still a little hard going, but it will harden up. Now, here's the new corn bed so far. I just need to put a back along there, probably some more bricks, so the dirt doesn't go up against the fence and start rotting it out. So, and then I've got to top dress this with garden compost and fill it up, and of course spray the bit of lawn that's in those bricks to kill it off, and around the pot there. And I've got 3 beautiful blueberry plants planted in there. I've had them for some time, so it was time to finally put them out, and they look like they're thriving. And here we have this year's potatoes. Hello, one's up. Happy birthday, little guy. Now these are the red Pontiac potatoes that we planted together recently, and look at me garlic. It's all coming up beautifully. I've got a mixture of soft garlic, hard garlic and elephant garlic, and won't be long and my tomatoes will be going in. I need help putting my strings up, but won't be long. Here are the little pixie trees that I planted, all shooting well, going really well. And in there is a couple of seedlings I found of mulberries, so I thought, well, I'll keep them. And that's from my old mulberry tree over at the other place. So what I will do is pretty much bonsai the plant and have a small mulberry tree. Okay, and in these tubs here I'm going to purchase 1 Meyer lemon and 1 Imperial mandarin, both dwarf. So, and here is the round garden thing that I put in with you guys earlier this year. Still got some bulbs coming out yet. There's, where are we? A little pink one there coming out. But every time I come out here, it's such a pretty sight, and the smell is absolutely divine with all those jonquils. Really, really nice. And here are more potatoes, of course. And these are hippeastrums. So they'll be nice there. Something for the bees. More garlic. And of course, Kim's garden. So now we'll go through the arch. These ones here, these pots, are going to be for my capsicums. All of these. Now these supports here, it's just a pole banged into the ground and these slipped over the top. These were from that trampoline that I picked up that I was going to make a seed house out of. Well, I didn't need to because I was lucky enough to pick up a seed house off a Facebook for free. So I used the legs as a net support for my capsicums. Down here I have some turnips. These are the red globe turnips. Actually, I think these are the white turnips, the white Japanese turnips. In here are the carrots that we planted. They're all doing quite well. And the peas. They're all doing well. They are in need of a little feed, which I will round up my fertilisers and give them a little feed later on. Give her a swing around over here. In here I have some ginger planted. Not yet come up, but I checked on it the other day and it's still in there. It hasn't rotted, which is good. Here is a beautiful little plant to help with the bees. I forget what it's called, but it looks like a snapdragon type plant. Very pretty. And in here I have more turnips and asparagus. This one here is my purple asparagus, which I'm waiting for it to start sprouting. And over this side I have the normal green asparagus. Martha Washington, I think. And right there is my dragon fruit. I did have lettuce planted in there, but none of it's taken off. Right here I have parsley. Over here I have some leftover broccoli planted. And in here I have more broccoli planted. These are the wicking barrels that we put together. Over here we have some more peas. These are the sugar snap peas. Can't wait for these ones, I love them. This one is vacant at the moment. I'm just waiting on my next round of zucchini, which is ready to plant out. Here we have some onions. These are the white salad onions. Over here we have the next round of carrots. These ones are the purple carrot and the multicolour carrot. And if you have a look, I don't know how well you can see it, but they're just poking their heads out of the ground now. Just starting. Now let's swing back around, and as you see, the other two zucchinis, blackjack zucchinis that I planted, are doing well. They're just starting to take off now. And I've also got some alyssum in there. And I think I've got some more carrots and also those little garlic garlic bits that we dug out at the last property. Some more dragon fruit in a hanging basket this time. So I thought I'd see how that goes. I just need somebody to hang it up for me. It's quite heavy. Now these ones here, I think they're called lisianthums. I'm not real sure. Yeah, there's the other carrots. Harlequin. They actually belong there. Got quite windy last night, so that's a beautiful little wallflower. As for the bees, we planted its partners out the front together. Here I have more onions, and I think they're the brown onions, and also celery. And over here, up against the cat cage, I have more peas. Now these ones are just bits and pieces left over from last year's crop. So God knows what'll come up. And some nice mint. I love me mint. And this tree here, this one is called a babaco, or champagne fruit. Beautiful tree, but it does like a little shelter, which is what the cat cage will help keep off the really hot sun. The fruit is beautiful. It's a bit tangy until you leave it really ripe. Here we have some more onions, and here's a pot that I've got to pot up. So these ones are also the brown onions. Over here we have spring onions. and the red spring onions. In here I have some more beans planted. They haven't shown yet, so it shouldn't be too long before these ones are up, because these ones are going gangbusters. Doing really well. And let's go into the seed house. Filled up a little bit more since the last time we were in here. So here's my pumpkins and zucchinis. They're ready to go out. So I'll start hardening them off today. We have cucumbers and melons of all sorts. Hello, here's one just starting to come up now. Just poking its head out. That one is my crookneck. Very good. None of the rock melons or watermelons come up yet, which is a bit of a shame. But there's hope yet. None of my gherkins have come up, so I may have to, my cream cobra's up, and another one coming up. That's good. So I may have to buy I may have to purchase some more, well, plant starts of gherkins and that, because, and also my rock melons and watermelons. I think the seeds might have been a bit old. I'm trying to get rid of a lot of the old seeds before I buy any more. Kajaris are up. My snapdragons are just starting to make their way up out of the soil, and this one here is, let's see, salvia. So that one there I'll probably start potting up shortly. And over here we have asters, we have sunflowers, more asters, alyssum. What's in here? Status. There's two status. Lupin. Let's see. The Aquilegia hasn't come up yet. I'm hoping it will. Cauliflower. I've got more than enough cauliflower there to keep me going for quite a while. I'm not a big eater of cauliflower. Purple romaine lettuce, time to start potting up some of those. Kohlrabi, time to start potting up some of those. My freckles lettuce I've got to put out into the garden so it can go to seed. This is the cut and come again lettuce. Time to put it out so it can start thriving, start thickening up. More cauliflower, more broccoli, pretty much the next round. And here, I've been to Bunnings again. This is for the tubs out the front of the house and for the garden beds. Okay, for the garden beds I have petunia petticoat mix and dianthus, and for the half barrels out the front of the back door actually is a double mix of petunia. And I also picked up some cabbages, the sugar sweet cabbages, for 50 cents. So I thought, nah, I only need a couple of cabbages, so if 2 or 3 of them comes to fruition, I'm right for cabbages for the rest of the year. Okay, swing around and we have zinnia. Time to start potting them up. Balsam, same again. Catgrass. Some beetroot. This one, everlasting daisies. Linaria and nasturtium. Over here I have some kohlrabi coming up, and these so far are my tomatoes. Not a great germination there of tomatoes, but these are only the cherry tomatoes. I don't need a great deal of those ones, so I'm happy with 4 or 5 plants. Okay, I've got more petunia in here. These are just a mixed petunia, and more. These are the original cauliflowers. They need to be put out soon. Then I've got a black cherry that's just come up, and some spare rouge de Marmande, which is, it looks like one's coming up. Then these are my tomatoes. I have Wild Sweetie, and the other side is Brad's Atomic. Then we have the Monster. Then we have the Rouge de Marmande, and where are we? Oh, that one's Carnation, and this one's Ox, my ox heart. So they should be more advanced, the ox heart. They're my paste tomatoes, but I don't need a lot of paste tomatoes this year. I've still got quite a lot of sauce in the pantry to go through yet. Here we have some of the catnip. So I thought the cats would enjoy a little munch on that. Occasionally, if I can ever get it going. Looks like I've got a couple of little plants started. In here is my capsicums. That one's Big Jim. Let me move this. big Jim, yellow capsicum and red capsicum. In here, and these ones are yet to sort of take off. Looks like we've got some shoots starting. So we have the red capsicums and yellow capsicums. Okay, these ones are overflow. Here we have the habanada and some more big Jim. And it looks like we've got a couple of little shoots just starting to take off. Don't know whether you can get it or not, but this one here is just sending a root out now. Okay, some pretty cyclamens. In here we have Love in the Mist, anise, borage, that one's mainly for the bees, straw flower, marigold, echinacea, sunflower teddy bear, marigold, and white marigold. Okay, then down here we have a tree dahlia. That's to be planted out the front. And also a West Coast gem. It's got some beautiful lilac coloured blooms on it. And the roses that my lovely neighbour gifted to me over the fence. So they seem to be okay. We shall see. So, that's a tour of the new garden. Oh, what a beautiful afternoon. And here we have the potting shed, which is still an awful mess at the moment because I just haven't had the time to organise it and clean it up just yet, but that's the potting station just there, and I've got to sort out my pots and where I want what. Over there is where I keep my potting mix and compost, and this here is where I put my plants out to harden up. And it's right off the cat cage so that I can talk to the cats and we can have a good old chat and a scratch while I'm out here in my happy place. Here I've got raspberries just starting to come back. Barney's got a good pile of grass growing in there, so it won't be long and I'll have to get in there and whippersnip it down a bit for him. Otherwise we'll lose him in the grass. Not that he minds. He likes sneaking around in the grass. So Here is an overview. Yes, there's still a lot of tidying up to do, but I will get there.